I am your host, Mimi81, and joined with me today is co-host KM1997, aka Kenny, and ZBB 9th, 7th place, and ZBB 10th winner, Jake P97, who will be here commentating his opinions on the season itself. Shortly throughout the show, we are to see BB Swag join us, but he's out at the moment, and also Wolfwood, who is today's evictee, cannot make it. Wolfwood will not be here, so he has an interview prepared, and we will get to that when we do. But first, Jake, you wanted to join to give your opinions on this cast, so give it away.
Hold on, I need to get the blog up because I don't even know the whole cast, since some of them are kind of forgettable. But anyways, hi everyone, it's me, Jake. All right, let me get this cast up.
Don't bring up Carter because we already
I'm
know.
going to give my opinion on every single person like you ask, so. Anyways. You just want me to go over everyone that's left?
Yeah.
Well, you can do people who are in and out of the game.
No, not just do the ones that are in because that's
care about who's out of the game. Okay, so let's start with Britt. I think Britt is playing a phenomenal social game. It's one of the best that I've seen in a while, and I think others can agree to that because almost.
Do you mean a public social game?
What?
Do you mean like a social game with the public?
Yes.
Debatable, but go ahead.
Whatever you say. Anyways, I think it is one of the best because she has not been afraid to she's not been afraid to say what she wanted to say to the public. She's put everything out there, like how she talked about how Wolfwood was lying to her. She really doesn't care what the cast thinks, and she's playing the best public game out of everyone in the cast, I think, which is what you kind of need to do to win ZBB since the public is voting. And right now, she's my pick to win.
Britt.
Yes, Britt.
You're talking about Britt, right?
Yes, Britt.
I've only seen literally one. I didn't look at her other blogs because they were boring.
She's done 2 informative blogs, if we're being honest. The rest were like GIFs. The other 2 were about Wolfwood.
The only blog that I really paid attention to was the one where she did a vlog with her son and all. That was like the only one that I liked, and she got me from there because I love vlogs. But I'm not saying she's playing the best social game.
Compared to everyone else in this cast, yes, she is.
She's gained a lot of support. I just think it's like, support people pull out of their asshole, but she's gained a lot of support with the public. I think for the most part, her blogs have been consistent of GIFs and, a few sentences. She just started talking about her game, and it was pretty much all about Wolfwood. So I'm not as mesmerized like everyone else is.
Well, I think compared to everyone else in the cast, it's the best public game. Because no one else is really delivering it for me, besides Olivia, which I'll get to soon.
Okay, keep going with your opinions.
Okay, Emma. Okay, so at the beginning of the game, like Emma's been iced out since the beginning, basically, as we can see. And at the beginning, I supported her because, I don't know, I just think it's annoying when someone gets iced out so early on in ZBB. And I was rooting for her, supporting her, trying to, see if she could turn her game around.
Emma?
When she didn't get nominated this round, which maybe shows she's turning things around, but I don't know. I think it's kind of questionable that she nominated Taviant with her power. I know she gave a reason.
Let's be true. Emma is amazing this season. She has spun how many wheels? She's gotten nominated so many times and still stayed. I feel like Emma is doing what DJ K. Wire did in our season, but she's playing the game.
Is she, though? Because every time I talk to somebody in the game, literally they all say that he's delusional. I don't know if this is true, but they say that what he's thinking or what he thinks is going on is not actually what's happening. And I definitely supported the underdog story at first, but right now it's getting tiring. So for me, unless Emma actually somehow gets into a power position in this game, if he just keeps getting nominated, I'm done supporting him, and I'm probably just going to start evicting him, even though I've saved him every time he's been nominated so far. But, you know, I'm not going to keep someone around who is targeted from day one to the end, because to me that shows that they never were able to turn their games around and that they're not playing a good game. So for me,
if he's not playing a good game, you can't, just because you're getting nominated time after time doesn't mean you're playing a good game. If someone is nominating you, they feel good about nominating you for a reason.
No, if somebody's nominating you all the time, it means you're not playing a good game because you don't have people on your side.
It's mainly a social game, and obviously his social game isn't really that well inside the house if he keeps going up.
Well, here's the thing: some people are stubborn; they don't want to make a move, and so they'll just keep their vote on Emma because Emma's trying to get them, like, come on. But they're like, nah, I'm fine voting you. It's not her fault if they don't want to flip.
It actually is his fault if they don't want to flip, because what you do in the game is what makes people trust you. Clearly, he did something to make it so nobody wanted to trust him early on. So really, it just comes down to if he can actually turn his game around from here until the end. If not, I don't think he deserves to win. Anyways, should we move on?
Yes.
Green Bay. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really read any of Green Bay's blogs. I heard they're good.
I forgot he.
Why do you always cut me off? So just let me speak for a minute. Thank you. Anyways, Green Bay, in my opinion, obviously I like him outside of the house. I know he's playing the game hard. I just think his blogs, I don't know, they don't excite me and make me want to read them. There's just something about it. But besides that, I don't think he's been targeted that much. I think he's so far been playing a pretty okay game. He's not at the top of my list for support, but he's definitely up there. Yeah.
Kenny, this is Noah's game from high school, is it not?
No, I don't think we can really give our opinion on that because we're not in.
We're not in the game, but I mean that he's not really playing a flashy game, but he's still in there, not being targeted.
Honey, your food's ready.
I know. Shush. Continue. Answer my question.
I mean, I think I spoke to him yesterday, and the people that he said are going to try to get up, I think he got both of them up. So I think he's playing pretty well, better than high school already.
Jake, continue. Who's next?
Okay. Amy, Sunshine. Not a fan. I mean, I like Jackson outside of the game, but if he's active, yesterday, he asked me to give him his opinion on him in the Super chat, and I said I thought it was a sheep, and he was like, "Yeah, you're right. I don't do much." Okay, so if you don't even believe in your own game, then yeah, that's why I evicted him today. I don't really see much from him. He seemed kind of like a floater. I don't know if that's true, but he never gave off any impression in the game to actually make him stand out.
I think he's like one of the players that would be scared to reveal what they were doing. But this is also the same kind of quote unquote edit he got in ZBB13, so maybe that it is just how he's.
I feel like three of these people are just fill-ins in this cast. I really haven't seen any of their game yet. And those three are Green Bay, Amy, and Josh. And Nipple. All four, I haven't really seen much from them. And they're just cruising by while everyone else looks like they're either on the bottom or they're fighting to stay in the game.
Yeah. Sure. I agree. I mean, that can bring me on to Josh. Josh, I know, is someone who plays a really good social game, but his public game is horrible. Awful. Not the worst, though. We'll get to that later. But Josh's public game is really bad, in my opinion. I don't even know what he's doing half the time, because when he does post a blog, it's all in bold, and I don't understand half of it because it's not formatted. I'm just what?
It's so grammatical. It's missing so many. There's so many grammar errors in his blogs too.
Yeah, I think, I feel like some of these people don't realize that when you play ZB, you actually have to make your blogs legible to read, and he's not doing that. Also, his little breakdown yesterday in the super chat really wasn't helping. I don't even know what happened because I didn't really pay attention, but like, oh my God, he just came off as completely over emotional to me. And I like Josh. I know he plays a good social game, and clearly he's doing something right because I don't think he's been nominated by the House once, right? Wasn't he nominated only by the wheel?
He's being overlooked because in every game we played together, that's basically how it is. No one pays attention to Josh.
Until Josh makes it to the end. And then, I mean, he did.
I said he will go far, and I said the same thing about Tavian.
And Josh gets very mad because he got very mad the last time we did this show because we said that he takes a credit for stuff that he doesn't do, and which he does. And that's literally him. When someone calls him out for taking credit for something that he doesn't do, he gets mad about it. But he's not. I don't even know really about Josh in this game.
I don't know. I think he's gonna make it far, but he's not gonna win. He doesn't have the support, public wise.
That's what I thought in Big Brother LTT. Yeah.
As this cult of 12-year-olds. Someone said like only like 30
over the top
people.
had like 10 voters, so like literally that was confirmed by Nick to me. So this is kind of different.
The thing was 27 votes and he won by 11. So
yeah. Well, we also know what he did in the cage, so
moving on to who's next?
Jeremy next.
Oh yeah, Jeremy. Well, I know how Jeremy plays because he was in I Love Money 4, and I like watching him play because he's a good player, but he's also like crazy, and will just go off randomly. Different than you, but anyways, he. Oh my God, I'm supporting him. He's not at the top of my list, but I mean, he's been nominated by the majority of the House twice now, so I guess he can't be playing that too great of a game, but I don't know. He's just funny to watch because he's so unstable sometimes. It just makes for good TV. And yeah, I hope he survives. Is he nominated today? No, I don't know. I'm looking at yesterday's blog, but I support him. Hope he goes far. I don't really know if he's doing anything game-wise, though.
Right, they said that he's on the bottom at the moment. And he, just like Emma, is...
There's no bottom, though.
But just like Emma, like you said, Emma was getting nominated over and over again. So has Jeremy.
Yeah, but he was only nominated twice. And based off of these nominations, it doesn't seem like there's a real bottom. It's like, what, 4-3, 5-4? How many of them are left?
Who? Oh, there's 10 of them left. No. Sorry, I can't do that. Okay.
Yeah, because the nominations were close today, so it doesn't seem like there's a...
It's like 4, 3, 2, 1 or something like that.
Yeah, the majority split up from what it was a few days ago.
So it's just basically people are finally playing the wrong games.
Well, there's like two sides of like middle players, apparently, from Tavian's blog. So,
yeah.
All right, Nibbleberry. Where's your take on her or him, whoever?
It's a guy, obviously. He's on his blogs. I don't really have much of an opinion. I know he is playing sort of a public game and he posts vlogs, but they're too long for me to want to watch. And I don't know. I really don't have that much of an opinion on him. From what I've heard from certain people in the house, he was with Olivia and Britt for a bit, but then apparently he flipped on them, and now they're in a bit of drama. Which, I mean, I think it's understandable that he would flip on Olivia and Britt since they are public threats, which is why he probably nominated them. But yeah, I don't know. He doesn't really stand off to me as a super memorable person in the public's eye, but I definitely can tell he's playing the game. That's all I have to say.
I got nothing to say about him, so you can go.
Okay. What now?
To live.
Oh my God. Well, Olivia is definitely one of my favorites. I mean, she started off the season with a bang.
How so?
I don't even remember what the hell was the blog? I don't know. One of her first blogs was like a call out blog, wasn't it?
Maybe what can you call out on day one? But okay.
It was early on. She cemented herself in the public eye very early on as someone who's not afraid to call people out, and I respect that.
I didn't see any blogs from her when she was immune though.
She did post blog. I'm pretty sure she posted like one blog, but I mean, hey, I'm pretty sure she was still playing the game though. And even if she didn't post any blogs for like 2 rounds, the blogs she has posted so far to me have made her memorable enough for me not to care. And pairing that up with the fact that she was turned on this round because she got the majority of the nominations makes me want to support her more. Because I have faith in her as a player from seeing her play I Love Money. I know she can turn things around, and I'm always excited to watch her play.
I like Liv as a whole. I mean, I know we didn't get along in Love Money All Stars, but I think that she is playing an amazing game, and I am rooting for her. And
yeah, I'm rooting for Liv.
how many times has she been nominated so far?
It's the Will, I think that may have been it today. Is that right?
I think so. I don't know.
Yeah. Before we do move on to the last 2 people, Jake, let's talk about the 17th housemate of the season, the Wheel. What is your take on the Wheel?
But okay. The Wheel.
About.
I think the Wheel twist was very well implemented, and it was played out just like Doodle had wanted. I know that Doodle gets a lot of heat for the twists he's been doing recently, which I think is a bit unwarranted because I think Doodle has done a great job as a twist master.
People just need to relax. I don't know why they hate the guy so much. I like the stuff he's done.
Yeah. He even said before the game started, his intention with the Killer Wheel was for people to take risks to try to get people who were in control nominated to get them evicted. And that's exactly what happened this round. Amy was in the majority, and Tavian and Olivia were being pushed to the bottom, so they took a risk, and they spun the wheel, and they got Amy up.
Well, let's be fair. Amy,
based off Tavian's blog, Tavian is in the majority along with Liv.
Well, let's be fair. There was only 3
majority if she got nominated. He didn't nominate Britt or Liv, so he isn't in the majority, right?
Well, their noms are canceled, right?
Yeah, but I'm wasn't he with Liv and Britt?
Yeah, he was, yes.
Yeah, and they're nominated, so I assume
he didn't nominate them.
Okay, but he wasn't going to nominate them, so he was on their side, and they got nominated. So either way, Olivia still spun it and got Amy up, and it looks like Amy could possibly get evicted tomorrow because she doesn't have public support, which is what the Killer Wheel was intended to do.
You said that Tav, Britt, and Arvendra were like they're in a majority.
They're in the minority.
They're a minority, yeah. So when Arvendra spun the wheel, it was Britt, Tav, and Amy on that wheel. That means she could have gotten up 2 other people who were a minority with her. Doesn't that mean if you're saying that they're in a minority, shouldn't the minority stick together? But she almost nominated
Olivia and Tav didn't stick together though.
Hmm?
But they did stick together, didn't they? Britt, Olivia, and Tavian?
Yeah, but here's the thing. Olivia could have got Tav and Britt nominated, and Tav got Britt nominated because of this wheel.
Britt was getting nominated anyways.
Well, had Tavian and Liv not spun the wheel, they could have gotten up Nippleberry and Green Bay. Well, Nippleberry went up anyway.
True.
But they could have got up Green Bay.
Well, I don't know. Maybe they were doing it because they couldn't get Amy up, and they knew that Amy had less public support, and it would be smarter. Because Green Bay will have more support than her. Possibly could have stayed.
I hope no one is evicting Amy. That
What?
I hope no one is evicting Amy.
Why?
He won me over with his vlog last night.
I didn't watch the whole thing.
Yeah, neither did I, but I still liked it.
Well,
Who's next?
I think everybody else nominated with them has more potential. I don't know. I just don't see much from Amy in this game.
Who's next?
Who is next? Carter Canton? Who? Oh, I'm just kidding. Yeah. I'll keep it brief. He's not playing a good public game. I don't know how he's playing in the game. He could easily be playing a really good strategic game, but I don't know because his blogs suck. And he can say, "Oh, I'm saying this because I have a personal vendetta against him all I want," but I don't. He has not posted a single blog this entire season that has like actually made me want to root for him, because every time he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna spill all the tea and say everything." When has he done that? He never says names. His blogs are extremely vague. He does not have my support. I'm sure he doesn't have much public support in general. And yeah, I don't think he's gonna win. I'm pretty sure he'll probably get evicted the first time he goes up, unless he goes up against somebody else like Jay Beaudry. Yeah, that's all I have to say.
I
Don't really care.
think Josh will beat him.
What?
I think Josh will beat him.
I don't know. Josh has some bad blood with people on Zuper.
Doesn't mean they won't keep him.
If people don't like Josh, they'll evict him.
And he's been up before, has he?
Who, Carter?
Josh.
Josh? Yeah, by the public. They nominated him.
But he's still there. Oh, never mind.
Because the House evicted. Anyways, on to Tavian. Okay, so I know Kenny's a big fan of Tavian.
He's really not the, I don't think he's living up to the hype you guys gave him going in.
I love Tavian.
Well, I think Tavian is playing a great in-game because he talks to me about it, and I know he's playing the game, but I've even told him to his face, you need to step up your public game or you're not going to win this. I know he's trying to make a name for himself, but I don't think it's working that well so far. Because I think for the first half of the game, like if you don't have anybody coming after you, it's really hard to like post blogs that people want to read. Because if everybody's on good terms with you, then you can't really just randomly be like, "Oh, fuck you, random person, let's start some drama." You have to be like Brit and have somebody who's done something to you to have a reason to make a blog that's more interesting for the public to view. So I feel like that was his biggest problem. He wasn't involved in any drama. Nobody was targeting him, so it's really hard for him to market himself to the public. But, I mean, besides that, I think he's a great player.
Do know that today was the first day he went up. So
yeah,
I have to give him kudos to that. Him and Britt.
Well, Britt was nominated by the House, so technically
it still is the...
Well, he got nominated, but I mean the House hasn't nominated him yet. So good for him.
All right, so
is that everyone?
I think that's everyone. All right, so where's your opinion on the season as a whole?
I'm digging it. At first, I was kind of like, when I saw some of these picks, I was like, really, them? But yeah, I talked to Doodle about it, and I understand why this cast was picked. This is a cast of hot-headed people who will do things without really thinking about it, and that works perfectly with the killer wheel twist. And that's what's happened. People hear their name once, and they're like, oh my god, I need to spin this wheel and just cause as much chaos as I can before I go. And pairing that up with just how crazy some of these people are, like if you're in the Zuper chat, you already know how much they fight because they always bring the fights to there. And it's like, it's fun to watch. It's entertaining. Only like 2 people are playing it safe. Everybody else is fighting hard. and showing the public what's going on. And I've been very entertained by this game for the past few days.
I have a question about the wheel.
What?
There's only one name on it. So is it still open?
It's open until the final 8, so if Jay Beaudry spins it, Tavian automatically goes up.
And if anyone wants... Wait, who's still left on it? Britt? No,
Tavian is.
So if anyone wants to take a shot at Tavian, they have to spin the wheel. And
Only Jay Beaudry can.
Oh, only Josh has the chance to spin the wheel.
Do you even review the game before you host it? I'm just wondering.
It doesn't tell you how it can spin.
You are the head of the show. You should know. But, I won't say anything.
It does not tell you who can spin the wheel still.
No, but that was part of the rules at the beginning. Like, the rules were explained.
Everyone else has spun it.
Well, I'm not keeping track on who spun the wheel, and who didn't.
Moving on.
You're the host.
Okay, so if Josh spins the wheel,
Tavian goes up, as
so
said already.
Where Josh and Tavian stand.
They're on the same side, I believe, aren't they?
Because that will show if Tavian doesn't go up before this wheel twist ends, and Josh didn't spin the wheel, does not show that some game on Tavian's behalf that he convinced Josh to not spin the wheel.
Or they're just allies.
They're allies, Neen.
So if they're working together, he's not going to purposely get him nominated.
Everyone doesn't think like you, even target their allies. So.
Okay.
Yeah, Neem. Not everyone is as crazy as you.
I'm just saying, though, if you want, wouldn't spinning the wheel give maybe public support to Josh? He single-handedly got Tavian up.
Is it giving public support to Emma right now? Is not.
Nobody's going to give him support for that. Nobody will care. I won't care if he does. I'll be mad if he nominates Tavian. Anyways, Josh needs to do something else to actually make him stand out as a player. But, at this point, it's starting to get too late for these people to make a name for themselves. Like, they got to do it now or never, or else they're just going to get evicted. Because at this point, Amy, Josh, and Carter are not winning. They're just not.
Everyone else has a chance.
Yeah. I'd say Green Bay's Tavian is Emma, Okay, so only like 3 people.
I don't think Jeremy has that good of a shot at this point.
Yeah, unless Jeremy
has
sort of on the border.
He has to do something big for him to.
Jeremy has a chance to salvage his game. That's the difference between him and the 3 before. Like, at least he has a chance still to make himself known.
But one of the 3 you named, I believe, will like 100% make finals, because there's always someone who has to get 3rd who's overlooked.
One of them can make the finals, and if they do, they're going to get 3rd. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So now let's move onward. Now that we got your cast analysis, let's move onward to what this episode is about, even though they're both not here. BB Swag and Wolfwood, who are the 2 recent evictees.
Tragic. Tragic.
What's so tragic?
Yeah, tragic. What is that, Jake?
What's so tragic about them getting evicted?
They were playing the game.
They were running the game. And then the game.
Well, I wouldn't say running, but they were playing the game, though. Better than half the cast that's left.
I guess they weren't playing that good enough. They got evicted.
Well,
their public game, which is.
I guess Wolfwood. I don't think Wolfwood is playing that great. If like 9 out of 12 people nominated him, but that's not my business.
That does not mean if one person turns to you and convince other people who are sheep to turn on you, there's something else you can do.
No. Well, I mean,
because
he got caught in a lie like day 3. Like maybe if you were running the game for like half the game and then you got caught, then maybe that'd be good. But
let's say this though, let's use Kenny for example. Kenny was running the game in ZBB13 at final 6, 7, wherever. And
but he was annoying to the public. No offense, but you annoyed me.
Okay, Jake. But still, I got 3 people who some were working with Kenny to turn on him. Is that Kenny's fault?
Which one? Who of them were working?
No, it is his fault. If he can't keep people, if he can't get people to stick with him until the end, and then all his allies turn on him and ice him out.
Who turned on me though? Like I didn't trust any of them that voted me in the first place. No, I didn't trust Andrew, and I have very good reasons to not trust him. But let's move forward. Move forward.
Okay. Hold on.
Did he just go out? Did he mute?
All right. So, BB Swag is apparently at dinner, and he said he was going to be back before the ending of this hour. So we're going to just move towards Wolfwood's eviction interview. Let me know if you can see my screen. Can you both see it?
Yeah.
Right. So, for those watching, this is Wolfwood. I'm asking him questions, and he's going to answer. One, you were playing, if not the best, up till now, one of the best games. Does it suck to know you were the 6th evicted, only placing in 11th place? Yeah, it sucks majorly. I felt I had survived this round. I would have had very strong position in the game, and I would have been able to shift the game into my direction. I know that sounds cocky, but I truly believe that. I believe that too. If Wolfwood had survived, do you think he would have been in a good position?
Hold on, can I read his thing again? I didn't see it. Okay. You're. Oh my God, Kenny, I need to read it. Stop talking. Okay. Yeah, it sucks majority. I don't. Yeah, no, I don't agree with that. I think if like
You don't think that?
I think if like 9 out of 12 people nominated you, I don't know. He didn't really say why. Like, is there a reason why he thinks that he would have gotten them back on board? Because I mean, 4 people still evicted him. So, you know, I don't know.
I mean, you can't come back from being nominated.
You can come back. You can come back from being nominated by a lot of the housemates, though. Like you can make a comeback.
Yeah, he definitely could, but I think the only way he would have been able to really ensure his safety again is if he survived and he got Britt nominated and out, because I'm sure Britt would continue to target him for lying to her. Same with Nipple, bringing Nipple into a lie that Nipple, saying Nipple said something that he never did. That's another bridge you burns completely.
In your 2 seasons that you played, Jake, did you get majority of the votes to be nominated?
What do you mean? You have to get the majority to get nominated unless it's tied. Or do you mean the vast majority?
The highest votes.
No. Do you think I
believe you did get them a few
But you got
times.
nominated though, right?
I did, but let's see. I'm trying to think. At the final 7 in ZBB, it was like 4-3, and ZBB13 the first time was by the evictees, and the second time it was a tied vote. So, no, I've never gotten the vast majority to be nominated.
But you still came back from being nominated.
Not in ZBB9, but
There's a difference from getting like
in
4
ZBB10,
out of 7 people to nominate you than getting like 9 out of 12 people to nominate you. Like
in ZBB10. Yeah, in ZB10, I wasn't nominated until the final 7, final 6. I mean, I probably would have gotten nominated at the final 4 if Jace didn't just quit Zupa for a week. So, I don't know. I survived the final 5 round because everyone thought I was getting evicted. So, I mean, it's hard to tell. There are some players, like a lot of really popular players get iced out. Like Atlas got iced out in ZB7. In ZB12, they were icing out a lot of players, so it can be hard to come back from getting nominated by the majority of the cast.
You were in ZB12, Jake?
No, but I know what happened.
No, I forgot who was in that cast.
No,
Um,
I wasn't in it.
Question 2. Initial opinion of the cast after it was officially revealed. I was nervous because I didn't know a lot of people in the game. I went to Nipple and immediately set up an alliance with him because I knew him the best. After that, I went to Swag because he was another one I knew well. Then there were a few who I knew a little bit and was able to try and build something from, but mostly just nervous that I would be targeted right away due to being a 3-time returner. So he was in alliance with Nipple and Swag. But you said that he made a lie with Swag?
Nipple.
Nipple, sorry.
Yeah.
I think about him being a 3-time player is a reason to target someone. I think that's kind of a stupid reason to target someone in a totally different game. But
No, maybe because of public support still, Kenny.
I don't think Wolfwood had much public support as shown.
He didn't. I mean, wasn't he like early out in All Stars, anyways?
Yeah, he was like 15th.
I didn't watch ZB2, so I don't know about that. Plus, he took a long break before he just recently came back, so that's not going to help with your public support. But I could see people targeting him, saying, "Oh, he was in All Stars." Like, people can spin anything in ZBB and turn someone into a target.
Complete bullshit too, but yeah, that's how people are.
Can you tell me a quick synopsis of the game from your viewpoint? I started the game wanting to lay low and build relationships, and then I decided to take the game into my own hands and try and shape it to how I wanted it. It worked for a little while, and now here I am. That's like not even what I asked, but what do you think Wolfwood's game was from the viewers' opinion?
What?
What do you think Wolfwood's game was from the viewers' opinion?
I don't know. I didn't pay attention to his blogs because half the time he didn't blog, and then when he did, it was, I don't know. Like, he posted a vlog that was like 10 minutes long, so I didn't bother reading it. So I didn't really have an opinion. But he says, yeah, he always comments how people are boring and predictable, but he's boring and predictable. That's that on that.
Can you read that, Kenny, for me?
Can you confirm now that you both were out of the game if you and BB Swag were really a duo in the game? Yeah, we were a duo to an extent. I was closest to Nipple, and I thought Tab, but apparently Tab had other plans. But that's okay. He is playing his own game. So is Tavian sheeping, or is he like being his usual flip-flopping self? Like,
Tavian is not a flip-flopper. I know you're bitter over choices, but it's okay. You can be bitter.
He's disposing his alliances, though. I'm sure they already knew that.
I would never understand. Okay, moving on. We can move on.
I mean, I think Tab is not shaping. I think Tab is trying to play his own
We're
game.
talking about Wolfwood.
Well, you brought him up.
You asked the question, what is Tab doing?
I mean, I called Josh one for pretty much, nominating an ally. So if it applies to Josh, it applies to Tavian.
I think Tab is, I don't know. I got a lot of Tab reminds me of me in ZB9, because he's not the most known player, people kind of underestimate him, but he's not playing a good social game, so people assume that because he's staying safe that he's sheeping, but I don't think that's the case. I think he's playing the game.
Jake, I don't even think you blogged with ZBB9 until you were nominated.
That's not true.
Maybe you get to compare Tab to yourself, but I can't compare Johnny to me. And so also,
What did you say, Neem?
Me and Jake gets to compare Tab to himself, but I can't compare Jeremy to me.
Because you both are.
I think Neem is better than Jeremy.
I don't think that. I think that no one can be compared to Neem because nobody is as fucking crazy as Neem.
That's that.
Moving on.
Everything changed on day 5 in a viewer's eyes. What do you think happened to yours and Ben's game? Well, we got exposed as being power players and wanting to control the game. And we probably played a little bit too hard, too fast. So for learn from that, I feel that I needed to be a little less vocal, but I just can't help myself, I guess.
That was something I was worried about for BB Swag because he does play too hard, too fast sometimes, and sometimes he needs to dial it back. And he got burned by it this time.
He was doing so well.
Oh.
Okay. Anyways.
I mean that sounded like shut up, but
I'm surprised that would be used to describe BB Swag because I don't know.
What?
His public game was horrible to me.
You think his game was horrible?
Public game. I have no idea what he did.
How can you? Okay, I mean, what was wrong with his public game?
It wasn't good. I just don't think he was fully able to display whatever he was doing. Also, his nomination blog was horrendous to read.
All right. Are you satisfied by the game you played? As far as gameplay, I'm very satisfied and feel I played very well. I just wished I was able to have a better public game, but I was trying. I guess the public just felt I was not flashy enough, and that's okay. Did you feel that way, Jake? That Wolfwood wasn't flashy?
Yeah, I don't think Wolfwood played a flashy game at all.
Do you have to play a flashy game to be in this game?
Yes.
So is people playing flashy who's still in the game?
What? Then you have to play flashy if you want to survive polls.
Okay, but like as of now, everyone has been nominated.
Yeah.
What does that have to do with anything?
But he's saying that you have to be flashy to be in this game, and there's people who aren't flashy in this game, but they're still in this game.
They're up with like 3 or 4 other people. Like you don't have to be flashy to survive that poll.
Yeah, all these polls have had most of these polls had more than 2 nominees. So like 3 people who aren't flashy could go up, and then in between those 3, it just depends. And as less and less people are in the game, the people who are not displaying themselves to the public are just going to get picked off soon enough. So yeah, you have to play a flashy game. You need to show the public. You need to stand out to the public to survive polls. That's how the whole entire game works. And I don't think Caleb did that well enough. He was more forgettable because people like Britt and Olivia and whoever else were stealing the spotlight.
You're just rooting so hard for Britt, and I haven't really. I'm just starting to root for Britt, but you're like Britt from the beginning. I'm not seeing a lot from Britt until now.
I don't know what you said. It cut out.
He said he's not seeing a lot from Britt, and you've been supporting her from like day one.
I haven't been supporting her from day one.
And he's just not seeing a lot from her, you know.
I didn't start supporting Britt. I think Britt. I started supporting Britt really when she posted that "Sorry I Have a Life" blog because it didn't give out any information, but it was funny.
Yes, and then her next 3 blogs also didn't give out any information, but people still ate them up. So
yeah, it did. It gave information into her conflict with Wolfwood and what Wolfwood was doing. Obviously, I think she has to keep up with giving us information if she wants to stay.
The Wolfwood drama was like after the next 3 blogs, which were still GIFs and little sentences.
All right.
Yeah, well, it works for her. I mean, she has a gimmick that not anyone else has. Like, Like literally, all she had to do was post a vlog of herself to get so much more support because she's a mom playing ZBB. Like that rarely happens. That's automatically going to give you way more support.
Girl, and those are very rare on Zwooper.
And Zwooper takes anything. All she has to do is pick up her son. Her son says something funny. They'll be like, "Queen, I support you." Like Zwooper will eat anything.
She's entertaining. What can I say? She knows how to play the public well.
No, I like the vlog too. I like the vlog. I was just saying, like she had a little thing where she wasn't really telling much. She was just trying to be funny, and it just came off annoying to me. But everyone else ate it up.
She comes off to me as like the Facebook mom with all her gifs. It's just so funny. I love it. And yeah, I think she has to, now that Wolfwood's out of the game, she has to find something else to give to the public. Because, yeah, that was her selling point. Like, oh, me and Wolfwood drama.
Now she has
so, yeah, we'll just see what she does from now until the end.
Yeah. All right, next question. Out of everyone left in the game, who needs to start upping their game up a bit? Jeremy, most definitely. I would say Emma as well, but I feel she did well with the killer nomination. So she has potential, but definitely Jeremy needs to calm down and stop picking random fights with people and be willing to work with whatever hand you are dealt for that day and not hold grudges. That is something I've seen.
It does not work, Jeremy. I don't know why he hasn't realized that yet.
He did that in 94.
What game?
Yes. What happened, Kenny?
I said picking random fights with people, that's going to get you. You're going to come off extremely annoying, and people are going to eventually get rid of you.
The holding grudges thing and not giving what was dealt with him for that day, he did that in I Love Money 4. And that kind of pissed me off with his game because Jeremy could be playing so much of a good game if he just learns to target someone one day and then work with them the next day because they're trying to work with you. Don't just like, oh, you try to come after me, so I'm not going to trust you this day. I'm just going to keep coming after you because that's not going to work out in your favor. Do you agree, Jake, seeing that you hosted that game? When Jake's not listening.
I just don't have anything to say. I like his game. I'm sure others don't. He's not at the top of my list, but yeah. I don't know. I think those are the, like, out of everyone he could say he needs to up their game, those are, like, the two that I wouldn't think of.
You wouldn't think of?
Like, I think there are people who need to up their games more than Jeremy and Emma.
Oh.
Amy and Josh?
Yeah, you already know who.
Who has
But I mean, Amy's probably getting evicted tomorrow, so it doesn't matter.
Well,
She's not, so.
I didn't even.
Amy was literally about to quit earlier, and everyone saw that's not really. And she's not gonna post an actual blog until tomorrow. So, yeah, unless like there's like a group of people who are against one of the nominees, I'm pretty sure she's going.
Who as of now has a shot to win? Olivia, Britt, and Nicole have the best chances to win hands down, but Tav is a sleeper. When, to be honest, what does that mean by Tav is a sleeper?
Dark horse.
I agree. Those are my top four.
Nipple or Arvan should win.
I think it would be Olivia and Britt, then Nipple, then Tav. But I don't know if Tav would win. I'm just like, what?
I don't see the game for Nipple at the moment.
I think Nipple and Britt are gonna. Not Nipple and Britt, but Arvan and Britt. I think they're gonna go up together eventually. Two biggest popularity
Nipple
threats
has like a
in
lot
their
of
allies.
support. I think Nipple has a lot of support just like because he was a good player on an older season. Like it's just there. Like Cal being ZB10, like he just came in with that support. People that he knew before.
Yes, unearned support is what DJ KY had as well.
Whose support is like his?
DJ KY unearned. You don't do much. You just post blogs.
Kenny didn't even post blogs.
Yes, he did. He posted blogs here and there.
Early. I forgot he was in the game half the time. Yeah,
Moving
I
on.
don't think there's anybody like him this season. Because like he came in with a ton of support. Like Nipple was inactive for a while. I feel like Nipple has like older players support. Kenny just had like everyone's support because he was Kenny.
Funny thing was, I didn't even know that Kenny had that support. I just like he's just a nice.
Let's move on.
And for those who don't know, Kenny as in DJ KY, not Kenny as in KM 1997.
We know Kenny doesn't have support in anything.
That's the final question. Yes, if opportunity comes, will you come back for a fourth time? No, my ZBB playing days are done. I love the opportunity, but my time is over. I will now become the heckler again.
Ugh.
Watch out, ZBB players. I will be having lots of fun heckling.
No, thank you.
What is the heckler?
Heckler is like trolls. They just say
like, oh, yeah, he's like one of those people who just like comments on every damn blog with his opinion. That's why he annoyed me in ZB10 with all his opinions about me.
Oh, that's like Johnny Scott then.
Yeah, but I think Johnny has a better grasp on what's going on when he comments on it.
Because people tell Johnny stuff in every game, every situation.
He only has like one source now, though, so.
Would you, if he's asked, would you like to see Wolf Boy come back?
No.
Why not? I mean, I think you said it many times, but like.
He's not flashy. I mean, that's what people like. Not everyone.
I don't think anyone should play ZB for a fourth time, if we're being honest. In general.
There's people who play for 3 times. Not accounting him.
ZB12 kind of doesn't even count anymore. That's old. But I mean, 3 times, like, for the people who played ZB12, most of them hadn't played in like a year or more, so that was okay for me.
He hasn't played in a year.
Yeah, but he's played 3 times. I'm over it.
ZBB
4 times is just overkill. If you can't win ZBB in 3 times, just stop playing.
He could be the Boston Rob.
Yeah, well, I don't like Boston Rob anymore because he keeps coming back. Yeah, it's just like.
Is he on season 35?
I don't know. Wait, 35? No, he's not.
I don't think season 35 is even aired yet.
Whatever Game Changers is.
The cast is out.
Oh no, he's not one of them. No, he's not there.
No, not 35, 34.
Yeah, so he's not on there.
He's not on there.
All right. Well, quickly, as of now, Kenny, your winner's pick. Who was your winner's pick initially?
I said Jeremy.
And now?
I'm going to go Olivia Arvan Duran.
Who's your original winner's pick when you saw this cast?
Your original? What?
Your original
winning pick.
My original winning pick was no one, because I didn't know who I wanted to win it the first.
And now?
Britt.
Mine original was Tav, and it still is Tav, but he co-shares it with Olivia. And I think that if Olivia wins, that's like a shock win, but like a.
I don't think so.
I mean, it's a real deserved win, but I mean, when you revealed this cast, do you think Olivia would be the winner?
I knew she had
a shot.
I Love Money 4. What?
What you said, Jake?
I said, like, after, like, if she hadn't played I Love Money 4, I would have been like, she's getting like 16th or 15th. But after seeing her play, like, when I saw, like, she was definitely up there. Like, I didn't have a solid winner pick at first, but I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if she somehow won. Because she can play a good game. And she calls people out without giving a fuck, so that works perfectly in ZBB.
Okay, so I'd like to thank you, Jake, for joining us. Sadly, we didn't get the 2 people that I was hoping to come, but
that's fine.
It was a good episode of the show. Thank you for those who stuck around. We will be back whenever I can get a chance to do this again. I don't even know. But until then, good night.